Yo, how's everybody on YouTube doing today, man? Thank you guys for watching, alright? If it's your first time to my channel, please subscribe for more great videos. Also, hit the notification bell so that when I post a video, you get notified so you don't miss out on any of my posting. Also, I'd like you to like, share, and leave a comment below in the comment box. Let me know what you think about today's topic. Give me your opinion. Your opinion is important to me, because when you make your comment and tell me what you think about my video, it's gonna make me start doing better and better. And I can take criticism, so go ahead, criticize anything you want to say. Just say it. Don't spare my feelings. Alright, I can handle it like a man. Alright guys, today, I already did a video about the 90-day fiance, because I was a 90-day fiance. But today, what I'm going to start doing, because I have somebody asked me to make more video, one of my fans that are watching, to make more video about it. So I decided to start from scratch and tell you from the first day that I met my wife right up until today. So it's going to be a series of videos. I'll try to make them as short as possible and give you the story from beginning to now. Alright, the day I met my wife in Jamaica was February 28, 2008. So I used to work as a tour guide back in Jamaica, and I also used to do the zip line. So I used to do the zip line kayak tour. So we would load the people them up, start at the beginning, kayak down the river, then we'd get off, we'd go do the zip line, and from the zip line, we finish doing the zip line, we come back and we get on the kayaks, we continue down the river, then we stop, we do a rope swing. There's an area where people can swim, and we go to the end. It's a long way, about 2 miles down the river or more. And then when we get down to the end, where we get off, we take a safari ride back to the beginning spot where we started from, and they have lunch and drinks and whatnot till they're ready to go back to the resort. They also get photos that you can view their photos and see if they want to choose any from there, or sometimes we as guide, we do take photos for our guests as well if they want us to. So anyway, so we did the first tour in the morning. And then the second tour, that's the one that my wife came on, her and her friend and her friend's husband. At the time, I didn't know that they were, what the relationship was with all of them. So we were running a little behind time, because when that tour arrived, the kayaks were at the end of the tour, so we had to go back and get them and getting back to starting point, get everything ready. So as we were getting everybody ready to sign the waiver, put their life vest and everything on, I went over. She did look like she weren't having such a great time. So I went over to give her her life jacket, and I put it around her and have her push her hands in it, and I button it in, because we have to button them in. Or if they button in, we gotta tighten it up to make sure that it's on securely. So then she said, "You touched my breast." And I'm like, what? To myself, because I know I did not touch her breast. I don't know if my aunt accidentally go do anything when I was buttoning the life vest, but I know I did not. And that's a no-no, because you can lose your job. You can get fired. And that's the last thing I wanted to happen. So I'm like, no, I did not touch your breast. And she said, "Yes, you did." And I'm like, oh God, this lady's going to be a problem. So I walked off, and I go tell the other tour guide them what she just said. And then she was laughing. But I didn't know what to expect. So anyways, we're going down the river now. We went into the zip line. I was the last one in the zip line, send the last people across. When I get to the second platform, my other tour guide, which was my cousin, he told me that she dropped her sandals because she was doing it in her sandals. You ain't supposed to do it in no sandals because they can fall off. It's a no-no, but she was in her sandals. The sandals fall off out of the canopy, where we have a platform way up in the tree, to the ground. And the guy asked if I can go get it first. I said, yeah, I'll go get it. And she said, no, don't worry about it. Just forget it. Let it be. Just let it stay. So I said, no, I can go get it. So anyway, I went down and I got it for her. Give it to her. We finished that. We get back on the river. We get to the end of the tour. We came back to base. And when we came back to base, we were talking. She was vegetarian, so she did not take any of the food because it was jerk chicken and so forth. So they tip us for the tour. Me and her talk. We exchanged phone numbers. We're joking along down the river. We exchanged phone numbers, and there was a lot of stray cats around the area where we work, and they would get the leftover in the evening. So they get a lot of food to eat, so they hang out. So she was an animal person, which I didn't know at the time because we didn't talk too much. But she gave me $5, which was $5 US, and she said, "Can you buy some food for the cats?" And I said, "Yeah, I will." And she'd already tipped us as well, and her friends and all the other people. They went back on the bus. And I told my buddies then that I work with, I said, she gave me $5 to buy some chicken for the cats. And one of the guys said, "Are you going to buy the chicken for the cats? Just keep the money." And I said, "No, I'm not going to do that because I'm not that kind of person." I said, "I'm going to buy it." So I went and buy it right away and just give it to the cats because I know I was going to do it anyway. So I buy it and give it to the cats. Somehow she was on the bus and saw when I did it. I didn't know that she was still looking out there because it's a big bus and whatnot. So then she waved, and I asked her if she'd come out and get a photo with me. So she came out, she got a picture with me. I think she asked if she could get a photo with me because I didn't have a camera. And they took a picture with me and with her camera and whatnot. So I told her when I met her and we exchanged phone numbers, I said, "I will call you every day." And she said, "No, you won't." So anyways, the bus was ready. She headed her way. I finished doing my job. I went home. It was raining when I got home. So when I got home, normally my cell phone does not pick up where I live up in the country. I have to go out to the football field in order for my phone to work. I got to the football field, so I didn't go to, I have to go to the football field for the phone to work. So all of a sudden my phone ring at my house where it does not pick up. It'll ring, but when you answer, you can't hear anything. The person said the line is breaking up. One person can hear the other and the other can't hear. But anyways, I could hear her clearly and her line was clear, and I was surprised that the phone worked. That was the first time my cell phone ever worked on the phone call and it did not break them and mess up the phone call. They have to run to the football field and make the call from there. So she said, "Hey, do you want to come and have dinner with us tomorrow night?" Her friend and her friend's husband. I said, "Sure, I will." And she said, "I would invite you out tonight, but before I met you, another gentleman had asked me that we were going to the club, and he asked if he'd come along, and I said, sure." He said, "I'm not interested in him, but I'd already said I'd go, and we all were going, so tomorrow night, come see me at the hotel, and we'll have dinner together." So she didn't have to tell me that. So right away I said, okay, I can trust this woman. Because she didn't have to tell me that. I wouldn't know if she went out to the club with some guy, she and her friends. And they went and did their business. That's their business, right? And the next day I went and we had dinner together. She said all they did was just go to the club. They didn't even stay long. They came back home. We had dinner at the hotel. And we were there for a while talking. I think I leave at about 2 in the morning. So after we had dinner, we were laying on the beach on 2 of those plastic bed D-light that you lay down on the beach, and we were there for a while talking. And so we kissed while we were there. And then the next day she was leaving, so I ended up having to go back home that night. So that night I left her at the hotel. I head home at about 2 o'clock in the morning. We were just sitting down talking. That's all that happened. We just kissed. That was it. And I had to walk from the hotel because there's no cab running that time of the night. I had to walk from the hotel, which is probably about 3 miles or 4 miles, I'd say, from the hotel back in the city, 2 o'clock in the morning, by myself, pitch dark. There's street lights in areas, but yeah, it was late night. Back to in the city to where I get a cab from there to go home. And there was no cab running at the time of the night, so I had to sit down on a plaza where there's a store on the step to go up to it. Until the morning at 5 o'clock, I catch a cab, head home. I end up fall asleep in the cab and pass where I'm supposed to get off my stop to go to my house. Another guy was in the cab, stopped 8 miles away from where I live, and then I had to get out there, walk back home, shower, and didn't even got breakfast and went straight to work in the morning. So, over that time, after that happened, we talk every single night on the phone, And then she wanted me to visit her. She wanted me to see if I could come up here and visit her. So she said, hey, why don't you come visit me? And I said, I'd like to come, but I do not have a US visa, because you have to have a visa to come over here. So she said, just apply for one. So she sent me an invitation letter. Either you have to have an invitation letter or something, and either they're not just going to give you a visa, you go apply for one. They're not just going to give it, because they're like, who you have over here, who's going to support you while you come, or where are you going to stay, do you have the money to stay at a hotel, all that bunch of stuff. So she sent the invitation, I applied for the visa, I did all the application, everything, paid a fee, went to the interview. I had to charter a cab to go to the interview because it was far away from where I live. I think I got about 3 rides before I get there. It's like a holiday thing. So anyway, I got there, and I did an interview, and because I traveled to Canada before in 2007, and the guy looked through my passport and he said, oh, you've been to Canada before? And I said, yeah, I went to Edmonton and blah blah blah. And he said, oh, I went there before, and we were talking about places there that we both went. So I thought, okay, I got a shot now. Me and this guy have been in the same place in the world, so we have a communication here, so they might just grant me the visa. He said he can't give me. He said, how do you guys know each other? I said, we're friends, because we were just talking, not even 2 months yet. And he said, well, I can't grant you a visa at this time. That was it. And you have 6 months before you can apply again if you get turned on once. Anytime you get turned on, 6 months before you can reapply. So I couldn't reapply again for the next 6 months. So she called me while I was driving to the embassy that morning to go to the interview. She was going to her hairdresser to get her hair done. And she said, let me know if you get it. Call me, let me know. So I didn't get it. She was calling me. I was so brokenhearted that I did not get it, that I didn't answer my phone. And right away she kind of figured out after we spoke later that she have an idea that I didn't get it. That's why I didn't pick up my phone, because that's not like me. I normally pick up when she called me, and if she called, I would call right back if I don't get to pick up the phone. So I didn't get the visa, and when I called her, she was so heartbroken. She cried about me not getting the visa so I could come see her, and I was so sad that I didn't get it, because I was so excited that I'm gonna be able to see her again. So I'll tell you from here in the next video what happened next. Okay, there's a twist, and I will stop at a twist at every video so you can catch up and get the whole story. It gets better. This is just the beginning. There's a lot of not good part in this story that you're going to want to hear. Alright, thank you for listening this far. I appreciate it. Peace out. And remember to like, comment, and share. Alright? And remember, if you met somebody in a foreign country, don't think a long distance relationship won't work. Give it a shot. I've been married now for almost 11 years. Give it a shot.